Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the world. Yes, we're gonna go fish this pond. Caught a couple of decent fish out of it yesterday. But today I'm gonna get after it with a 3/16 ounce weight. Try to get more into that grass. The fish really weren't eating it like I wanted them to yesterday. Today I'm gonna amp up the weight a little bit. Try to catch some of those fish that are banked up into that grass. That was the second lake I stopped by. The first lake was like super confusing to even figure out a decent pattern to catch them on until the wind started blowing. Once the wind blew, they were biting, they were eating good. Around the time the sun went down is when I went and fished the other lake. I had 4 or 5 other ponds I wanted to touch. Never actually got around to them. So like I stated in the video of fishing that lake, I really wanted to go out there with a Carolina rig. I think they'll be eating a little bit better, so if I throw this Texas rig and just pop it through that grass opposed to dragging a worm. Plus yesterday, I was able to eliminate the water on that lake. I walked around the whole thing, fished the whole thing, and I pretty much know now where there is grass, where there isn't grass, where it's super freaking deep. They're not shallow. I mean, they're definitely not in the pads, they're definitely not in the grass along the shoreline. They're definitely concentrating to that offshore grass flat that I found. And it's good stuff for the lake of that size. It's awesome vegetation, real good stuff to fish. And they weren't biting it real good dragging yesterday, so today we're gonna focus on really ripping that worm out from above that grass line, getting those fish that are out there staging above that grass, try to catch some good ones. So I'm learning all about this camera in my ventures of being on leave and being home fishing and whatnot. And very quickly I've learned that this camera sucks on battery. I mean, it chows down on battery. I haven't even filmed an entire full fishing episode during the day. I've really been using the chest cam on the GoPro, and I'm really trying to use this camera more, but it really is. It's just tough to get out there using this thing with one person opposed to just going out with the chest cam. And when I say tough, it's because I'll vlog for like 15 minutes, something stupid, you know, me tying lures, whatever, and the damn thing's already like halfway out of battery, so it's rough. Come on. So what we're doing here is we're gonna stop by the gas station, drinks, dip, whatever. We're gonna head to this lake. Probably not gonna film on this actually. Probably just gonna stick with the GoPro the entire time. We'll vlog / film that entire adventure. I have it on the wide angle, and y'all know how I feel about the wide angle, and I don't know, I feel like you just get more of the action of the fish out there on the water opposed to just me reeling in the fish talking. You know, I like having the fish on film, jump in, and all that cool stuff. So that's what I incorporated in with the wide angle, and you guys will see that with the lake episode I had filmed yesterday. So if you don't see much more of this camera filming, whatever, ran out of battery because it's already screeching at me that the battery is low. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw the chest cam on the GoPro and call it at that. So till then, just get on over there. Alright, so we're pulling up now, about to throw the old chest cam on. Figured I'd close out on this camera. Walked down there right away a couple of days ago. I caught fish first cast. Typically hate that, but you know, there's a sweet solid grass line out there. Like I said, you know, I went from an 1/8 ounce the other day. It's about 8 to 9 foot of water, that depth that I'm fishing on this side of the lake with that grass line. And I mean, it's a beautiful grass line. The fish should be all over it. And I just decided to go with the Texas rig today. Just, you know, being yesterday, they didn't want the bait being drugged through the grass. They really wanted it popping through the grass. And I even say it on camera. I'm about to say, oh, you know, I'm gonna start popping it through the grass rather than pull it. And sure enough, got a bite. It's the second I said that. So we're gonna be doing a lot more of kind of pulling that bait through the grass rather than pulling it with the grass, you know what I'm saying? So I think the fish are a lot more active. It's a beautiful day today, good gust of wind. And let's get after it, guys, you know. just happy to be out here fishing. I mean, it's glorious. I feel like a free man, and it's awesome to be back in Florida, I tell you what. Alright, we're now officially switched to the GoPro cam. And lock this baby up. Grab the Ducket MGX Extreme combo. Take this rod cover off. Throw a couple. We're gonna be fishing some speed worms today. 4 should be, yeah. Take 5. Dealt with it. It's the bait of choice. I'm gonna rig one up. Wow, this water is clean. That is a huge bed out there. Huge. There's a fish on that bed. It's gonna be freaking massive. So any bed I found over the last 3 days of fishing hasn't had anything on it there. And we're hooked. He's coming right to the shoreline. Hasn't even jumped yet. Look at him. That's pretty cool. So clear in here. Here we go. First hookup. They're cold. They are cold. Right in the bottom lip. Small little 12, 13 incher, but he's a nice clean fish. Alright. So that one was just dead sticking. I pulled it through the grass pretty fast and let it drop, and he started running off with it. It seems like they're almost going to be anywhere from 10 to 15 feet off the shoreline. I let that one eat it for a good little bit too. So this mono I'm fishing has so much stretch. Oh, they're carp. There's a tailing carp. If you see the swirls going on. And we got a bite. There we go. We're loaded up, boys. Might be a good one too. No. About a 2-pounder. Nice fish though, regardless. Look at them, they just dig for that deep water. There you go. Good jump there. Look at how clear this water is. It's amazing. Come here. Good old fat guy right there. Look at him. It's a 2.5 pound fish. Nice, fat, healthy one. That's a solid, healthy fish right there. Good 2-pounder. Throw him back in. We'll take a look at this. It's all sandy. Yeah, there was a tailing carp up there. I'm eyeballing the carp. I see my freaking line start to shoot off. Meanwhile, I'm fishing, like I keep saying, the deep side of the lake, and I'm thinking it's the bait sinking. Look at him. Look at him. Holy cow. Look at that. Those are 30, 40 pounders. Those are massive carp. I I wanna hit into one. I'm gonna snag one, just see what happens. You can see where they're picking out, and everything comes out of that sewer line. That's what they're chowing down on. You can see them out there tailing again. So you can see how shallow it is here compared to how it drops off on the other side of the lake. So I'm just pitching this worm, getting it some distance out there. Not trying to work it too long, just pulling it up a couple times. If there's no grass, I just reel it in. If there's no grass, it's not even worth having the worm in the water. I mean, the fish are they're just not here. I mean, I've tried and tried and tried. I've fished the entire lake. I've spent entirely too much time, as it is, fishing this lake, but it's just because I'm so interested in this offshore bite. I know it's there. It's just last night I could have just ran into a couple of decent bites, and that was just the luck of the draw on that. They have time to eat. I don't know, man. It's all weird today. Yesterday was even weirder. The last 2 days of me fishing was weirder. Today is just straight dead. Of course, I get that bite, but figured the offshore bite would be at least a little bit better. There we go. There's one. That's a tank too. No, not a tank, 2-pounder, but shoot, when I stuck him, that fish took off with vengeance. Oh, ballistic. Look at him go. Well, it's kind of funny that we're back at the original grass mat I was talking about, where all the fish sit, and 2 bites and 2 casts. Alright, come here. I'm hooking a lot of fish like this lately. It's weird. See how it's like comes in like right on the bottom jaw there. I mean, it's hooking up damn good. They're all tangled up too. Are you tangled up in another line? Probably 1 3/4, 16, 17-inch fish. Another solid one. That one got me good, I'll say that much. This ducket was freaking tripled over. I'm sitting there, oh, this is a decent one. There we go. Well, I just stuck another. I was going airborne too. Nice. Up in the grass. Look at him. Hope you can see him pretty clearly. Alright, so I've got him dialed in now. I've got the bite figured out, and it's... What kind of sucks is that I should have brought the Carolina rig. No blood. Deep hooked, healthy. A little bit of blood running on him, but... I always say, you hear me every video, I like fishing with the wind opposed to fish, or I like fishing against the wind instead of with it. I always do better fishing into the wind. I mean, they're not huge fish, they're a blast out here. I mean, they fight hard, they're strong. You can see how aerial they get, but I'm still in search of 4 or 5 pounders. I mean, the grass that I'm fishing here is freaking ace for big bites, especially out deep.